Because of the grain in the white oak tree, uh, a lot of cool things was made. Baskets and places to put babies, all kinds of stuff. And they make the biggest nuts for the animals and for us. The white oak tree. Folks, I've been meditating on how to make this video for a couple weeks now. I've been out here walking the pastures. I've been in the woods. I've sat and thought, and I guess it just now dawned on me how to do it. It is dawn coming up, and so now I can go in there and make this video. I just well, what dawned on me was stick to facts, Ray. Just stick to facts. So I'm ready to go in and try that. Folks, this video is about North America only. More specifically, it's about this hilltop in southwest Missouri. Because I have not, I've never looked at anybody else's collection. I've never looked at their collection. I feel like if I did travel and look at collections within about 100, 200 miles, I might see lots of arrowheads and stuff. So it's hard for me to, well, I've never looked at anybody else's collection. They might have the same thing I got. I wish. But anyway, I'm talking about the top of this hill. And the things I have learned are the things that I have observed on YouTube, all the articles and all. So take this with a grain of salt. This is just, I don't know, me speculating or whatever. But let's call this now, and then BC starts about 2,000 years ago. Many articles are saying that this time right here, 6,000 years ago, or 4,000 BC, was the birth of civilization. I question that. Could it have been a rebirth? But that's speculative. Let's go there later. But when I talk about facts, these are things that folks are saying are facts, and I'll go along with them for a while until I'm proved different. But 6,000 years ago was the oldest known irrigation system in Mesopotamia. Also, 6,000 years ago was the evidence of the first evidence of domesticated crops in China. 6,000 years ago. 3,500 BC, which was 5,500 years ago, 3,500 BC is the oldest known writing. Again, you can check YouTube. This is where I got all this information. Just FYI, about 800 BC is the oldest known map. So, from 6,000 years ago, or basically 5,500 years ago, with the oldest known writing, is where we get stories. And I gotta say this. I wasn't going to, but I gotta say this. Several years ago, I worked with a fella that every weekend he would go down to the edge of Arkansas, right on the line, to a place called Macadoodles, and he would buy a lottery ticket. And he would come back and tell everybody how he went to Macadoodles and got a lottery ticket, and he got a cup of coffee at Macadoodles. Anyway, he said Macadoodles so much, people knew that he just liked the way it rolled off his tongue. But it's a good example of stories. People like words that just roll off their tongue, like Anunnaki, Gilgamesh, Atlantis, Troy, Noah. All of these come from stories that are no older than 5,500 years ago, the oldest known writing. Well, I have to speculate on the information that I get on the Younger Dryas is 12,800 to 11,600. There were some sad times here. Something happened. There was a lot of floods and earthquakes and volcanoes starting up and stuff, whatever. The point is, there's very little information right in through here. But we're still here. So therefore, some people survived this. But before this, or at this time, I understand, well, the why, I don't know why this happened, but it caused the extinction of megafauna. The extinction of the animals such as the horse, elephants, these large animals became extinct. Now, without looking at a lot of collection, well, actually looking at archaeologists' warehouse, so I can see where they have dated stones that they have found that are older than this, back all the way to 50,000 years. That's what I'd like to see. But what I understand in my stones is that there's animals carved into these stones quite nicely. Little birds and horses and thunderbirds, owls carrying fish, a cave bear, panther, on and on and on. Thunderbirds that tell stories of their own. And even I even have a mastodon skull from the top of this hill. This still has tusk that can be easily found, plus carving on this guy. Small baby mastodon, I guess. So these people survived. I'm saying that even before a Younger Dryas event, there was people all over. So my point, I guess I'm looking for is, I question this statement, but it's the stories it's the stories, because they're written down. Everyone can, well, you know, they're popular and they're trending and so on and so forth. But the stories on these stones that very likely are older than 10,000 years has a story within themselves if a person is open to them. And I guess it's not that I'm questioning faith or religion that came from these stories. I'm just saying these Native Americans, like I said, I'm only talking about North America only. These Native Americans had histories and legends and heroes and stories that can be read in the stone. One of the most popular, I don't have any right here right now because I've shown them so often, is the Thunderbird and Snake. And I feel like that is it's a moral lesson to everyone that we carry the demon and the angel within us. So we have to make that balance. And the Thunderbird legend is explaining that balance. There's a stone called a story stone. If you look at at a video on the legend of the Thunderbird. It talks about this story stone where it has a winged serpent and bird images around it that are saying are thunderbirds, and then lots of snakes around that. A couple of folks with MDs at the end of their name call that a great battle that they're showing there in that stone, but the ancient legends call that stone a teaching stone. And it's my opinion that a winged serpent is one that has found nirvana, has found that balance between the thunderbird and the snake, and the thunderbirds around that image are other teachers. And there's a moral lesson being taught in that stone. It's not a battle. Well, it could be a battle of within ourselves, for us to take responsibility of ourselves. That's what I'm seeing in these stories. And I wish I wasn't the only one that are saying these things right now. But anyway, that's my short version of a hour video I made that was totally rant. Bye for now, folks.